Oh, do you know that I am back, y'all? Yeehaw! Today we're gonna talk about a couple different samples. We're gonna talk about random and bias here on my math channel today. Alright people, alright, how you doing? We're back, alright. So, today we're going to talk about random sampling. Random sampling. You'll know that term if you watch iCarly. Random dancing, alright, versus biased sampling. And one's not better than the other really, they're just used for different things. So I just want to remind you as we're getting started, don't forget, if you want credit for your assignment here, we are in the third 9 weeks. We're way past the halfway point. If you are not attaching or emailing me pictures of your work, excuse me, if you're not sending me those, of course you're not going to get full credit for the assignment. So make sure you're sending me your pictures of your work, people. Take that cell phone, snap me a picture, attach it, or email it, whichever way you want to do it. All right. So first of all, let's just talk about what a sample is. Okay. So if you go to Costco or Sam's Club or anywhere like that, sometimes they give out the little samples, all right? So a sample is a what? A sample is just a small part of the whole. Okay, so maybe get a sample of ice cream. Maybe go to ice cream parlor and you want to try some type of new ice cream or whatever. Maybe you've never had it
before. They might give you this little bitty spoon with a little bitty taste on the end of it, and that's just a sample. Okay, so in math, we do the same thing. We do different types of samples because you may not be able to ask the question to the whole population. So you ask a little portion, okay? A little portion of the population to try to figure out what the rest of the portion of the population might think. So we just had the presidential election a couple months back, okay, and every day they would be pulling out these polls where they ask people, hey, who are you going to vote for, and that kind of stuff. So that again is a sample, trying to figure out, based on that small part of the whole country, how people would vote, okay. So you also do, you can do a random number generator, and I'd give you a sample, just things where there's not, just getting a small part of it. So let's talk a little bit about what random is versus biased. Okay. So I just for fun, I went on my phone here earlier, and I pulled up the word random. I just put the word random in on my Spotify account. Okay. And this random playlist came up, so I thought maybe this would help you. So if you look at the random playlist, let me get that off there a little bit so you don't have so much glare. All right, so you can see there's a song on here by The Weeknd, Sister Hazel, George Strait, John Legend, Kenny Chesney, Post Malone, Marshmello, Zach Brown Band. All right, so this is Toby Keith's down there. It's 5 Seconds of Summer. So this is just a random playlist. That means there's just all kinds of stuff on here, right? All kinds of stuff. So there's a little bit of everything. If there's probably some song on here. If you kept on going, there's probably somebody on here you might like listening to. There's Journey, Florida Georgia Line, Charlie Puth, The Supremes, Drake. All right, so all kinds of different stuff. So random mathematically means, okay, and I'm actually going to pull up the definition on here, and it says that a sample is where each member of the population is equally likely to be selected. Okay, each member of the population make sure you get that down. Each member of the population is equally likely to be selected. Okay. So for us mathematically, okay, that means it can be male or female.
It can be old or young. You can be white, black, Asian, Hispanic, pink, purple, polka dot, whatever, okay? Male, female, old, young, black, white, Hispanic, whatever you are, okay? It don't matter. You're going to get some of all those kind of people. You're going to get some males, you're going to get some females. You can get some old ones, you can get some young ones, you know. You can get some white folks, some black folks, some Asian folks, some Hispanic folks. You're going to get some of everything when it's random. All right, now biased is not necessarily worse, okay, but it's just different, okay. Bias means that you're going to ask a certain part of the population, okay. A certain part of the population. Hope you're getting all this down, by the way. Hope you're taking good notes here in your notebook, okay. So random means you're going to ask a little bit of everybody, okay? Christians, Muslims, Buddhists, whatever, okay? A little bit of everything. Here on the bias question, you might ask a certain part of the population. So we're going to just go through a couple different scenarios here in the next few minutes and just talk about them, okay? Whether they would be random or biased or what you might want to do, okay? So let's say if you want to do a random sample of somebody's favorite hamburger. Okay. Now you say, well, where do you like your hamburger from? Okay. You want to, you know, some people might say McDonald's, some people might say Wendy's, some people might say Burger King. I don't know where else you might say. What else got? Burger King, McDonald's, Wendy's, Hardee's. We got anything else? Something like that, okay? So wherever your place might be from. Now, where would you want to go ask that question so you can get a random sample of all different types of people where you would ask them about what their favorite hamburger is? So think about places in Thomasville where you could go, where you can find all different types of the population that you could just ask, maybe as they're walking in and out of the store, okay? So I can think of a couple right off the bat that I think I might go to. Okay, Walmart, okay? If you want to get a good random sample of all different types of people, Walmart, okay, or somewhere like that, Target, whatever, those kind of places, all of us go shop there, okay? I see white folks, I see black folks, I see Hispanic folks, I see Asian folks, I see rich people, I see poor people, I see people that have got teeth, I see people that ain't got teeth, I see old and young and everybody in between at Walmart, okay? Target's another good one, okay? You could say you could go to a mall. We don't necessarily have a mall here, but you could go to Haynes Mall or Four Seasons Mall. Just make sure you wear your bulletproof vest. All right. Some other places, any place like that where you see all kinds of people going in to do shopping. That would be a good place to go ask them, hey, what's your favorite hamburger? Now, if you want a biased sample, okay, if you're going to go ask them, hey, what's your favorite hamburger, and you go stand out in front of McDonald's, or you go stand out in front of Wendy's, or Burger King, or Hardee's, okay, you're probably going to get a biased answer. Now, it's not this is a bad thing, You might go to McDonald's and somebody might say their favorite burger's at Burger King. Maybe they're just going there for their kids, okay? Or maybe you go to Wendy's and ask them and they might say McDonald's. They just didn't want to have to drive through the light and they took a right at the light instead of having to sit at the red light. So, you could have it happen. But if you want to get a biased answer, most people at McDonald's are going to say their favorite hamburger is at McDonald's. And most people sitting in Wendy's or walking in or out of Wendy's are going to tell you their favorite hamburger comes from Wendy's. The other place might be Cookout, right? There's another. I was trying to think. I know there's another place we get hamburgers in our town. All right. So these would be, hey, if you're going to ask somebody what their favorite hamburger is, these places you're going to get a biased answer. Okay. If you go to Walmart, Target, Haynes Mall, Four Seasons Mall, any place like that, okay, you're probably going to get more random answers than if you go stand out in front of McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King, Hardee's, or Cookout. They're going to have a biased answer. So hopefully that's making it a little more clear to you. Okay. So, let's do that one for you guys. All right, so I'm going to ask, all right, if I went to a, and y'all going to love this, if I went to a Justin Bieber concert and I asked, okay, I was standing outside the Justin Bieber concert and I'm asking the people as they walk up, who's your favorite singer? Okay, and you know, let's say I ask every fifth person that walks up. Okay, I'm not going to ask every person that's walking in there because you know there's 20,000 people walking into the concert. But if you know, if you ask every fifth person walking up or every 10th person walking up, okay, who's your favorite singer? And they're walking into a Justin Bieber concert. Well, by golly, what do you think their answer is going to be? I love Justin Bieber, right? So that is going to be, is that going to be a random sample or do you think that's going to be a biased sample? I'm hoping you're saying that's going to be biased. All right, let's do another one. Let's say you're standing outside or inside of, let's just say you go to Food Line. Okay, and inside of Food Line, you're going to ask, who's your favorite NFL team? Okay, so again, let's not say you ask every person that walks in, but maybe every fifth person that walks in or whatever, you ask them, hey, are you, first of all, are you a football fan? And if so, who's your favorite NFL team? So if you're standing inside a Food Line, outside a Food Line, whatever, talking to people as they come in, come out, whatever, and you're asking every fifth person, who's your favorite NFL team? Do you think this is going to be a biased sample or a random sample? All right, so I would say that one would be very random, okay? Because a lot of people probably going to Food Line may not even have a favorite NFL team. So a lot of them might say, I'm not a football fan or whatever. Now, to turn that into a bias sample, if you went down to Panther Stadium, okay, you're probably going to get, hey, who's your favorite football team? They're going to say the Panthers, right? So that would be a bias sample. So I hope you're starting to understand the difference between a bias sample and a random sample. Again, sampling means we're just going to ask a small part of the population. We're not asking everybody in the whole state. We're not asking everybody in the whole town. We're just going to, we're going to ask 100 people. We're going to ask 200 people, so forth and so on. Okay? So just a small portion of the population. All right. So hopefully that helps you understand the difference between a small part that is a biased sample or a random sample, right? So a random sample again is when you're asking equally likely member of the outcome. We got males and females, we got old and young, we got white, black, Asian, Hispanic, Christians, Muslims, Hindus, Buddhists, whatever, okay? You're going to get some of all that, a little bit of all that in a very well done random sample. You might ask 100 people, you might ask 300 people. Again, it's going to be a small part of the whole. Now, if you want a biased one, it's a certain part of the population. You want to find out who the favorite team is, you want a biased sample, go down to that stadium and ask them, hey, going to the Hornets stadium, I bet you stand out there and ask them who their favorite NBA team is, they're going to tell you the Charlotte Hornets. So there's just a difference between a random and biased sample. Hope this helps you understand what you're doing here today on some of these questions that may ask you about a sample. Remember, attach or email me a picture of your work, okay? And until next time, I hope you stay healthy. And I hope you make a good grade on this assignment today. Adios, partner.